You are listening to part 19 of the podcast series, How Successful People Think.
If you think you have a great idea, don't let anyone talk you out of it, even if it sounds foolish. Don't let yourself or anyone else subject you to creativity killers. After all, you can't do something new and exciting if you force yourself to stay in the same old rut. Number 2, think creatively by asking the right questions. Creativity is largely a matter of asking the right questions. Wrong questions shut down the process of creative thinking. They direct thinkers down the same old path, or they chide them into believing that thinking isn't necessary at all. To stimulate creative thinking, ask yourself questions such as, why must it be done this way? What is the root problem? What are the underlying issues? What does this remind me of? What is the opposite? What metaphor or symbol helps to explain it? Why is it important? What's the hardest or most expensive way to do it? Who has a different perspective on this? What happens if we don't do it at all? You get the idea, and you can probably come up with better questions yourself. Number 3, develop a creative environment. Negative environments are responsible for the death of thousands of great ideas every minute. A creative environment, on the other hand, becomes like a greenhouse where ideas are seeded, sprout up, and flourish. A creative environment encourages creativity. When innovation and good thinking are openly encouraged and rewarded, then people see that they have permission to be creative. A creative environment places a high value on trust among team members and individuality. Creativity always risks failure. That's why trust is so important to creative people. In the creative process, trust comes from the fact that the people working together want what's best for the organization and each other. It comes from knowing that people on the team have experience launching successful creative ideas. And it comes from the assurance that the time coming up with creative ideas won't go to waste because the ideas will be implemented. A creative environment embraces those who are creative. Creative people are sometimes off-center. When it comes to how creative people should be treated, I take the advice of Tom Peters, who says, weed out the dullards, nurture the nuts. A creative environment focuses on innovation, not just invention. Creative people say, give me a good idea and I'll give you a better idea. Fortunately, I learned this lesson early. Often I take an idea that someone else gives me and raise it to a higher level. For example, when I speak at one of my conferences, I frequently share with the audience the book idea I'm currently working on. Then I invite audience members to share their thoughts, ideas, and illustrations with me to make the book better. I tell them, I'll take what you give me, make it better, and give you the credit. Then I smile and say, then I'll sell you the book. A creative environment places a high value on options. Creative people are always thinking about and looking for other ways of doing things because they know that options bring opportunities. When anyone in my inner circle brings me an item requiring a decision, I ask for 3 things: the best information possible, 3 possible options, and their reasoning behind the option they would choose. I have found that this kind of optional thinking often produces the best results. A creative environment is willing to let people go outside the lines. Most people automatically stay within the lines, even if they have been arbitrarily drawn or are terribly out of date. Remember, most limitations we face in life are not imposed on us by others. We place them there ourselves. Lack of creativity often falls into that category. If you want to be more creative, challenge boundaries. A creative environment appreciates the power of a dream. A creative environment encourages the use of a blank sheet of paper and the question, if we could draw a picture of what we want to accomplish, what would it look like? A creative environment allowed Martin Luther King Jr. to speak with passion to millions of people. I have a dream, not I have a goal. Goals may give people focus, but dreams give them power. Dreams expand people's world.